Sam heard from one of his exes based on something he said here on the show.
Oh, really?
Do
Yeah,
tell.
you figure you could talk about them and they wouldn't hear it, but when you work on the radio.
Yeah.
We were talking about folding clothes.
And how that was the only...
Probably the only thing I never had an issue with in any of my relationships.
Never had an
Exes.
argument with?
Right.
Like a silly argument that we were talking about?
I grew up folding one way. Spouses grew up folding another way, and I just went along with it because it really didn't matter how you fold shirts and underwear.
That's good to hear because you are the kind of person, Sam, who think little things matter.
Yeah.
And all three ex-wives folded differently. Is that right?
Yeah. Everybody folded different, and I just went with the flow.
I didn't know there were that many different ways to fold clothes, really.
Wait, here's the trick to it. You find somebody who folds like you, she might be the one.
Yeah. Are you copying me, or is that the way you do it? Wow.
Okay.
Anyway, I got a text from ex number 2.
Uh-oh.
And she says, I just happened to have the station on when I got in the car, and I heard you talking about folding laundry. I never knew that you had a thing about how the laundry was folded.
Ooh. So that you correct that you never said a word, even though it sort of bothered you.
That's one for me.
Check.
Finally. So I sent back, well, at least it's one thing I wasn't a jerk about.
Oh.
And she said, you really were only a jerk about one thing, but it was a pretty big thing.
Which was
what brought about the end of
the divorce.
That marriage, yes.
Well, that's a nice thing for her to say.
And it continues. You're exactly right. I folded how my mom folded. You don't know any different until you meet other people.
It's
I
true.
do appreciate the fact that you never said anything, and I just started doing it the way I did.
Oh, nice.
Yay!
Look at that sweet, precious moment that you had with an ex just because you admitted it's the one thing you never had a dumb argument with an ex about.
Yeah.
Because, that's what happens when you live with someone, whether it's a relationship or a roommate. We see we're watching our kids have roommates now, and they understand the clash thing.
Oh, yeah.
About even dishes in the sink, how they're placed in the sink.
Maddie, her freshman year, with her roommate was a good friend. Not by the end of the freshman year.
no.
They want nothing to do with each other.
Oh, really? Because they couldn't live together like that?
No. Yeah.
Wow.
Living with someone in harmony is one of the biggest accomplishments that you can make. It is the way to become an adult if you can do that with harmony.
And you and I have been able to somehow do that for 25 years, Jodi.
Somehow.